So this is a natural way of knowing, knowing straight from beingness, knowing upon knowing, goodness upon goodness. Not a natural way of believing, but a natural way of experiencing experientially. Here you are, feel the shimmer of beingness. This energy of awareness, this energy of being, knowing, being. That's the refuge. So we have to be careful not to be reaching for transcendental states and not simply embodied states of awareness. So don't reach to get out of that which you already are. Morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Terry.
Good morning.
Hi, Sally.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Relax the mind, relax the heart. Natural body, upright. So bright mind. So again, that's another unveiling. Mind always bright. Everything that moves in front of the clear light shining, luminosity, the cognitive capacity shining, is transitory. It is therefore empty or insubstantial. So just notice all that. Even tiredness, morning sleepiness for our West Coasters is insubstantial. It's a good one to look into. It feels like when I get tired, the brightness of my mind dims to, no, just the contraction around, like the apparent discomfort of tiredness is what's in the way. Nothing impedes the beautiful shining of your boundless luminous mind, your clear light mind. So let's allow awareness, awake awareness, to flow to the foreground. Allow your habitual mind patterns to be more in the background. And maybe upright body, if that's comfortable for you today. Natural breath and energy. Free-flowing, natural, open heart and mind. So beingness, knowing itself directly. Just feel into your beingness prior to thoughts, feelings, and perceptions. Right there. Just being. Here you are. The promise that was given upon our birth. Here, you're a human being. So let that being shine. Being is goodness. How about that? From this perspective, there is only the intent to embrace everyone that enters our realm. And then our realm is boundless. The bright, boundless, luminous sphere of mind. So right here, and that is just arising only now, has only arisen in this moment. Again, when did this moment begin? And when does this moment end? So from there, maybe feel into that this moment has no future. Really realizing, I never have experienced the future, really. Imagine that nothing else is coming. That this is it, really. We are it. Again. And what is it? Beingness. And then maybe a life happens. And from here, beingness recognizes the beingness in all beings around us. So as a sweet collective with this mind and heart intent to awaken, we feel into the beingness and the clear and apparent goodness of everyone on this call. And everyone around them that loves them, knows them, and depends on their awakefulness. Yes, now you have turned your mind this way and your heart this way. Now your awakened perspective can't be unseen, and indeed a responsibility arises to keep your intent going at all times. Just feel into that. And it's so simple. Just suspend the habitual patterns for a moment. Allow beingness to shine. And embrace the fullness of this moment. Just one breath at a time. So this is the habituation of our life's perspective. So we set aside the usual reference points of past and future, self and others, right and wrong. We place all our presence and hopes. Hope insubstantial too, but it has a sweet energy. We place it all in this single moment, this prayer of stillness. I am this profound, luminous stillness. And then here we are, this profound, loving stillness. So this is our prayer. So then, my beingness is a prayer? Well, that's a nice way of saying it. My beingness is my refuge, my beingness is my prayer, my beingness is my embrace of all beings. And this stance of open-heartedness enriches the depths of our lives and removes the unnecessary drama. And it allows us to connect deeply with our own hearts and care for ourselves in a loving way. Because if we don't take care of ourselves, we can't take care of anyone. So don't overlook the one on your seat and feel a little gratitude for how beautiful it is that you have decided to pay attention to who am I? What am I? What can I mean for you? So this is a natural way of knowing straight from beingness, knowing upon knowing, goodness upon goodness. Not a natural way of believing, but a natural way of experiencing experientially. Here you are, feel the shimmer of beingness. This energy of awareness, this energy of being, knowing, being. That's the refuge. So we have to be careful not to be reaching for transcendental states. and not simply embodied states of awareness. So don't reach to get out of that which you already are. So let's take a breath together. Come, let attention come to rest. This attention, don't move it so much. Right now we take the ground of being perspective. When we become aware of awareness, we experience beginningless awareness, which is the original stream of being, which is being itself. Awareness is being, knowing being. And then maybe something moves in the field and it says, I'm tired. How long do I have to still sit on this seat? But it's held in the beautiful arms of Mother Awareness. So just fall back, lay back into the arms of Mother Awareness. So beingness knows being, and it is this beingness that is the beingness of all beings. So that perspective is already the awakened perspective, the immaculate perspective of being a master while becoming a master, the exquisite perspective of being a Buddha while becoming a Buddha. So bow to the Buddha in your seat. How amazing is that? Which includes all limiting beliefs and unskillful actions. So then, in Sochen and Mahamudra and other profound, maybe non-dual traditions, there is the distinction between the self-experience of the ordinary mind, the noisiness of usually not good enoughness, and there's the self-experience of primordial wisdom, ever accessible at any decibel level. So just drop into the trust and confidence and sweet resonance and gratitude that whatever I'm feeling right now, even including the difficult bits, is the self-experience of primordial wisdom. How about that? So just experience that perspective of two realms of mind, an intentional dimension that is separated into a perceiver and perceived, and a non-dual dimension that transcends all separations and differences between subject and object and you and me. The openness of being, the non-dual realm, is perceived through its more intuitional features, perspectives. So we could feel into it as a boundless openness that is free from intentionality, boundaries or restrictions, limiting beliefs. It has a spontaneous, luminous, shimmering immediacy. Let's feel into that. Let's take a breath. A spontaneous, shimmering immediacy. Just feel the awareness, your cognitive capacity, the potentiality of a life ready to burst, spontaneously streaming its beingness. And in that immediacy of awareness, it doesn't come and go. So see if you can identify the ever-presence of the field of awareness. It doesn't move. So then we could call that timeless. That's pretty amazing already right there. I realize, oh yeah, I've never been not aware. And then a sweetness that is nearly textural, which can be intuited. Its loveliness, its softness, sweetness, kind of that smile upon the heart. Oh yeah, I can feel the goodness and the safety of my own heart, my own mind, waiting for me to set aside my limiting beliefs so I can feel this place of refuge even when I take my last breath. So, since this is a collective, feel into the beingness of everyone on this Zoom call from beingness. So every time you've been distracted and come back into awareness and then open up into more of a boundless and timeless shimmering immediacy, pay really attention that usually, like with a whiplash immediacy, there is this like, I became aware. It's like a little child that comes in, I did that. No, the sweet child arises after the recognition. It's then welcomed within the sphere of being. So really notice that awareness became aware of itself. Truly, that's what we often say, but then we overlook like, oh yeah, there's that. I did that. Yeah, we have habituated stepping aside maybe. Oh yeah, if I just take a breath, let's take a breath. And just let the habitual mind come to rest. Then there's the recognition basically goes over our heads. There it is. So with this depth of realization, there's a deep transformation of the view. So it's not just a changing of our perspective, but it literally changes our minds. That's what's happening. That is the awakening process, or the enlightenment process, if you wish to go that far. Whatever that means. But we can tell already. Everybody on this call is coming back because they already have realized the little flames of awakening. It's going, oh yeah, right. And then other things, then usually we get distracted and feel like, taking care of our fears is more important. So yes, we can meticulously work on everything in our lives, but then we learn to hold the dual perspective, the simultaneous mind, the bidirectional mind, being folded into beingness, coming straight from beingness, and then maybe using the habitual mind more from its craftsmanship and learned patterns, vocabulary, whatever we can fill in there, filtering it through there. So really right now, if you open up into this brightness, the fresh mind, it already has completely liberated itself. So we learn that all the momentum and movement of the mind are no longer self-existent things. So this is a this is a liberating, purifying momentum. How beautiful is that? This is like the only thing we do in our lives that brings something to fruition by not doing something. And ultimately our life's purpose, our ultimate purpose, this is it. And so few people know it. So how wonderful we do, right? Look at us. And then immediately the little one comes in, is like, yeah, look, I did that. So just let it be. Let awareness liberate you. Let beingness just saturate all the limiting beliefs and let them come to rest. I have A little thing that Tilopa said, a wise teacher many centuries ago, who said, viewed from the heart of space, seeing is brought to cessation. Well, that sounds pretty abstract. But just saying, that's saying, viewed from the heart of space. So let's take that perspective, the heart of space, which still has a little bit of a center, right? There's still a localization. I'm the heart of space, awareing all galaxies. Even that we are going to dissolve, but it's a profound start. Then he goes on, just as fog and clouds evaporate into the realms of space, yet don't go anywhere nor stay anywhere, likewise various thoughts arise from the mind, but those thoughts, like waves, evaporate by seeing the mind itself. So let's take a breath and see the mind itself. Let the mind aware itself and notice that the usual movement loses all its seductive qualities. There might still be movement. And we wish that to happen. The movement moving through the healing light of awareness is the practice. And then it empties out our psychological history and our karmic tendencies, storehouse consciousness. So when consciousness shifts into a deeper mode of awareness perception, the sense of self dissolves as a fixed point in space and time. So first we kind of allow to realize that all thoughts and feelings and emotions are insubstantial and kind of dissolve and evaporate in the bright shining of the clear light beingness. And then even that personal identity starts losing its substantiality. Just let that dissolve too. So when we sit and when we live our lives in the continuity of knowing, luminous, loving awareness, we allow the restlessness and instability of an apparent personal identity to come to rest. So can you do that? Let the usual personal identity come to rest. We're not slaying it. We're not slaying the ego. We allow the ego to become a vehicle for the awakening of all beings in the world. But just let it rest, because it starts overdoing. So no longer trying to figure out what is my true essence. Just come to rest. The answer is, you are it. Who or what is here at the heart of all this experience? Well, that's pretty apparent. Here we are. Let's sit there. What you're looking for is looking. What is looking can't be seen. What is hearing can't be heard. What is feeling can't be felt. It can't be known, or it can't be the knower. Yes, yet it is the knowing. So let's rest right there and practice the continuity of non-distracted, luminous, loving, awakened awareness. And when there is some movement and it even covers up your true essence for a bit, that's just the beautiful creativity of your mind. It's all good. It's displaying. Let it come to rest. And in returning, we build muscle on non-distraction and habituate stepping out of the way so awareness can continue to awaken to itself. And from there, you become the healer in this world. Thank you. Welcome home. So allow your awareness to saturate the space all around with the knowing of being. Either with the eyes closed and letting go into the luminous morphing mosaic, or with the eyes open, but not resting your eyes on an object, but resting your eyes in space. The all-at-onceness gaze, giving you allowing your peripheral vision to come to equal clarity as the center. Allowing awareness to arise from the heart and flow out from your eyes. And just completely saturate the space all around. Now, without any pulling or pushing, brighten the mind, become more aware, just with the intent. Set the intent and drop it. To hold that field perspective, allowing you to experience all sights and sounds and thoughts and feelings more from the wide openness than filtering it through other thoughts and feelings. Just holding it so lightly, light, like a feather, lighter than a feather, yet bright. And then shift your perspective like an Escher drawing, like there's no out there, everything within, without boundaries, without periphery. So in every awareness, yet all within the realm of mind, boundlessly. So don't hold the mind too constricted. For the healing to happen, there can be some movement. Sometimes the mind is still because you have a practice of stillness. Don't be attached to the stillness or the blissiness or the spaciousness. Let the mind move. Maybe some psychological patterns will arise. Don't go searching. Allow it to flow by itself from within itself. Just hold the mind and heart lightly. So really trust that the awakened awareness with its primordial wisdom knows exactly how to heal whatever flows. So this healing happens because we are metabolizing our difficult mind patterns and our historic psychology through the healing light of primordial wisdom awareness, and not trying to fix a thought with another thought or fix an emotion with another emotion. So not transcendence. Maybe yes, somewhat. But then allow the transcendence to saturate your habitual patterns. So if you found yourself distracted and forgot you were thinking, maybe that's one of your most seductive mind patterns. It had the capacity to pull you off your meditation seat. That has some weight. So then when that happens, come into beautiful boundless presence and repeat the thought deliberately and see if you can hold on to your meditation seat or your healing awareness perspective. So now we're learning to allow meaning to blossom, because we have deep trust now, because We have experienced the profundity of our beingness ourselves. So now we can articulate ourselves. We can articulate the meaning from our experience. From our experience of our true boundless essence. And the evolution of that realization is where love starts to blossom more and more. And goodness. So we hear that often, oh yeah, the natural state. And then yogis and teachers talk for eons. But we could just say, what is my natural state? Goodness. I am goodness and I express goodness. That's the momentum. Wholeness causes wholeness. Goodness precipitates goodness. Just being illumined by love. I feel I'm here because goodness is here. Appearing as beingness. As the very beingness of my consciousness knowingly. So of course, when we keep our minds this open and this welcoming, and allow really in such a loving way to let our psychological history and beyond arise and come into the healing light, it can sometimes be a bit overwhelming. That's what can happen in this practice, and it's often reported on. So if that happens today or in your practice in general, we are here. I'm here. Reach out. We're walking each other home. Your safety is our safety. Your awakening is my joy. Don't let that sneaky serious one get in the way of your bright mind. Not too serious, light-hearted. So that just with the intent, drop the seriousness and just free mind. Because that seriousness is just kind of the super ego saying like, could have been a little brighter, a little more aware, maybe a little more loving. Don't let any limiting beliefs get in the way of your beautiful heart. Relax and shine brightly. Let's take a last collective breath together. Allow your halo to shine, a halo the size of all possible universes. Embracing all beings with your beingness. Setting the intent from this perspective, from the openness, allowing the intent to continue. I wish to awaken so all beings may awaken and know the goodness within. So may we be the essence of healing for all sentient beings in this interconnected sea of beings. May we express love, happiness and peace. May we feel deeply into the beauty and boundless wholeness of our authentic nature. May our hearts shine with compassionate understanding in this ocean of awareness love. May we be free from all limiting beliefs that keep us bound. We vow to stay open and connected to our innermost wholeness. We wish to hold all those that enter our realm so they may find their own boundless wholeness and creativity. So they may realize that love is found through loving. May they all be healed throughout their interconnected body-mind continuum. May we all walk together in love and accepting one beloved community, one family,